Ready to maybe swap Silicon Valley for something a little more European.
Oh, yeah.
Today, we're deep diving into Luxembourg's work visa updates for 2025.
Ooh, exciting.
We'll uncover what's changing,
Yeah, what's new?
what jobs are hot,
Mm-hmm.
and how you could snag a piece of the action.
Right.
Think charming villages,
Yes.
multilingual streets,
Yeah.
and a surprisingly innovative tech scene,
I've heard it's booming.
all wrapped up in a country smaller than Rhode Island.
Wow.
I know, right?
That's pretty small.
Pretty amazing.
It's fascinating how Luxembourg is aiming to become Europe's next talent magnet,
Yeah,
particularly for industries that are shaping the future.
yeah, definitely future-focused.
Our primary source is a recent article
Okay.
titled Luxembourg Work Visa Updates 2025, Key Changes and Top Jobs in Demand,
Got it.
published just a few days ago on December 15th, 2024.
Perfect timing for our deep dive then.
Right.
This article points out some pretty big changes to their visa policies, right?
Yeah.
Like they're actually making it easier to work there.
Exactly.
That's interesting.
One major shift is a lower salary threshold for the EU Blue Card.
Okay.
That's a huge GE deal
Huge.
because it opens doors for a lot more skilled professionals
Yeah.
to work across most of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Luxembourg's getting pretty competitive on the global stage.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's pretty interesting.
It's like they're rolling out the red carpet for talented folks.
It seems that way.
And did you see they're ditching the paperwork mountains?
Really?
The whole application process is going fully digital in 2025.
Wow. That's a smart move.
I know, right?
Streamlining things like that.
Yeah.
It tells me they're serious about attracting people,
Mm-hmm.
not bogging them down in bureaucracy.
Makes sense. Right.
Now let's talk about the jobs themselves.
Okay.
We know Luxembourg's economy is booming,
Yeah.
particularly in tech, biotech,
Yes.
and environmental services.
Uh-huh.
But are the salaries really as good as they say?
Oh, they're competitive, all right.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
The article lists a bunch of in-demand roles,
Okay.
but the one that really caught my eye was for genomic data scientists in biotech.
Oh, wow.
They're talking salaries up to $160,000 of natter.
Wow.
Clearly,
Yeah.
Luxembourg is putting its money where its mouth is when it comes to cutting-edge research.
That's impressive.
It is.
What's driving that demand, do you think? Is it just the booming biotech sector? Or is there something more specific to Luxembourg?
I think it's a combination of factors.
Okay.
Luxembourg has been strategically investing in biotech for years,
Oh, interesting.
creating a fertile ground for companies and research institutions.
I see.
And with data playing such a crucial role in personalized medicine and drug discovery,
Yeah.
it's no surprise that genomic data scientists are in such high demand.
So they're not just following the trend.
Right.
They're actively shaping it.
I think so.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so biotech is a hot field.
Uh-huh.
But what about those of us who are more into pixels than pipettes?
Oh, yeah.
What's the tech scene like?
Well, UX UI designers are highly sought after,
Okay.
with salaries going as high as $200 to $1,000.
Wow.
Remember, Luxembourg is a financial hub.
Right.
As these companies move more of their services online,
Yeah.
creating smooth and user-friendly digital experiences is essential.
Ah, so that explains the high demand for UX UI expertise.
Makes sense, right?
It's not just about designing a pretty interface.
I know.
It's about understanding complex financial products
Right.
and making them accessible to users.
Yeah?
Okay, we've got biotech,
Okay.
we've got tech.
Yep.
Anything else stand out in the article?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's a definite emphasis on sustainability.
Interesting.
They're looking for people to design electric vehicle infrastructure,
Oh.
develop circular economy strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Even tourism is being pushed in a greener direction.
I see.
So if you've got skills in those areas,
Yeah.
Luxembourg might be your perfect match.
So it's not just about attracting any talent. It's about attracting talent aligned with their values.
I think so.
It seems like they're really trying to build a future-focused economy.
Definitely forward-looking.
All right, let's say you're intrigued and thinking, hey, maybe Luxembourg IS for me.
Okay. Yeah.
What kind of visa options are on the table?
Well, Luxembourg has a pretty diverse menu of options.
Okay.
There's the EU Blue Card we talked about, which
yeah.
is like the VIP pass for highly qualified professionals.
Okay.
But there are also visas for salaried workers in any industry,
Right?
and even specific ones for seasonal work and startup founders.
Oh, wow.
They're really trying to cover all the bases.
It's like they've got a visa for every dream.
It sounds like it.
So for our listener,
Yeah.
think about this.
Okay.
If you were to pick a career path to pursue in Luxembourg,
Mm-hmm.
which one would best leverage your skills and interests?
Hmm.
Is it the cutting-edge biotech world, the
Yeah.
booming tech scene,
Oh,
or something tied to their sustainability goals?
good question. Welcome back to our deep dive into Luxembourg.
All right, part two.
So far, we've explored exciting career opportunities
Yeah,
and a surprisingly streamlined visa process.
it seems very efficient.
But let's be honest,
Yeah,
work isn't everything, right?
definitely not.
So let's shift gears a bit
Okay.
and talk about what it's actually like to live in this tiny European powerhouse.
Okay, let's get practical for a moment.
Right.
We know Luxembourg has a reputation for being expensive,
Yeah.
but is it really as pricey as people say?
It's
What's the cost of living like compared to other European cities?
Luxembourg does have a relatively high cost of living,
Okay.
especially when you look at housing costs.
Oh, yeah. Housing is always a big one.
Right,
Yeah.
but it's not outrageous compared to other major European hubs
Okay.
like Paris or Amsterdam.
Right.
And you also want to remember those high salaries we talked about.
Right. That does help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your earning potential in Luxembourg can really balance out the higher costs.
So higher costs,
Yeah,
but higher rewards too.
exactly.
Speaking of costs,
Yeah,
what about housing specifically?
okay.
What kind of options are out there, and
Right.
where are the best places to live if you're working in the city?
Luxembourg offers a good mix of housing options.
Okay.
Everything from modern apartments in the city center
Mm-hmm.
to charming homes in the more suburban areas.
Okay, so a good variety then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and as you might expect,
Yeah.
the closer you are to the heart of Luxembourg City,
Yeah.
the pricier things become.
So if you want that walkable city life,
Right.
you'll pay a premium.
Yeah, exactly.
But what about those of us who prefer a bit more peace and quiet?
Mm-hmm.
Are there affordable options outside the city?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good.
If you're open to living a bit further out and commuting,
Yeah.
you can find much more affordable options.
All right, so that's good.
Yeah.
And don't worry,
Yeah.
commuting in Luxembourg isn't a nightmare.
No, not at all. They have a fantastic public transportation system
Oh, that's good.
that connects the entire country.
So it's pretty easy to get around.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so housing is manageable.
Mm-hmm.
The commutes are reasonable.
Yeah.
What about the culture?
Oh, the culture.
What's it really like to live in Luxembourg day to day?
Well, Luxembourg has an incredibly unique cultural landscape.
Okay.
It's a true melting pot.
Okay.
Almost half of the population are foreign residents.
Wow.
So you're constantly surrounded by different cultures and perspectives.
Wow, that's a lot of expats.
It is.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a pretty cosmopolitan environment.
Very much so.
But does that mean everyone speaks English?
Well,
Or would I need to learn Luxembourgish to get by?
Luxembourgish is the national language.
Mm-hmm.
Most people also speak French,
Yeah, okay.
German,
Yeah.
and, yes, English.
Oh, good.
So you can get around easily without immediately mastering the local language.
Okay.
However, if you're planning to stay long term,
Yeah.
learning some Luxembourgish would definitely enrich your experience
Yeah, for sure.
and help you connect with the local culture on a deeper level.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It's always a good idea to at least try and learn the basics.
I think so.
So you've got this diverse international environment,
Mm-hmm.
but is it safe?
Oh, yeah.
I imagine a small country like that must have a pretty low crime rate.
You're spot on.
Okay.
Luxembourg consistently ranks as one of the safest countries in the world.
Wow.
It's a place where you can feel comfortable walking alone at night
Okay. That's great.
and generally have a very relaxed, peaceful lifestyle.
Mhm. That's a huge plus for a lot of people, especially if you're moving from a big city.
Right.
But safe and peaceful doesn't necessarily mean boring.
Yeah.
What's the social scene like? Are there things to do, places to go?
Luxembourg might be small,
Yeah.
but it definitely has a vibrant cultural scene.
Okay, good.
There are museums, theaters, art galleries,
Mm-hmm.
a ton of festivals,
Oh, nice.
and events happening all year round.
Oh, wow.
You're also surrounded by beautiful countryside.
Oh, yeah. I've heard the scenery's amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
There are hiking trails, forests, charming villages.
Oh, wow.
It's really the best of both worlds.
So you get the city and the countryside?
You do.
That's awesome.
A peaceful environment with plenty to see and do.
It sounds idyllic so far.
It is pretty nice.
But I have to ask,
Yeah.
are there any downsides to living in Luxembourg?
Yeah.
You know, potential expats should be aware of.
Well, as with any place,
Sure.
there are a few things to consider.
Okay.
The weather can be a bit unpredictable.
Ah, yeah.
You'll probably see your fair share of gray skies and rain.
Yeah, that's true in a lot of Europe.
Yeah,
All right, so maybe not perfect weather year-round.
right.
What else?
Some people might find the pace of life a bit slower than what they're used to.
Okay.
Luxembourg places a big emphasis on work-life balance.
Hmm.
People take their time to enjoy meals, spend time with family and friends.
That doesn't sound like a bad thing, though.
No, not at all.
Especially with all the nature and beautiful villages to explore.
Right.
It seems like a pretty wholesome way of life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And while the multicultural environment is a huge plus, it also means integrating into Luxembourgish society can take time.
So it's all about being open-minded,
Yeah.
adaptable, and willing to embrace a new culture, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got the potential downsides. But overall, it sounds like Luxembourg offers an incredible quality of life.
It really does.
You've got professional success,
Yeah.
a safe and welcoming environment, a unique blend of cultures, and a real emphasis on enjoying life.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
It's a winning combination.
It is.
So for our listener,
Yeah.
imagine this.
Okay.
You're strolling through a charming village after work, the scent of fresh bread filling the air.
Oh, yeah.
You stop for a coffee at a local cafe,
Sounds nice.
surrounded by lively chatter in multiple languages.
I like it.
Later, you'll meet friends for dinner at a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Fancy.
And the evening ends with a walk along the beautifully lit river.
Wow.
This could be your life in Luxembourg.
A very tempting picture.
I know, right?
And in our final part, we'll provide some practical tips
Okay.
and resources to help turn that picture into reality.
Welcome back to the final part of our Luxembourg deep dive.
All right, the grand finale.
We've covered the visa changes.
Yep, all the exciting new stuff.
The hot jobs,
Yeah.
the cost of living.
Right.
And even what it's like to actually live there.
The good, the bad, and the maybe rainy.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah.
let's equip our listener with some practical advice and resources
Okay.
to help them take that next step.
Give them that extra push.
Where should someone even begin
Right.
if they're seriously considering making the leap?
Well, the article we've been discussing highlights a couple of key resources that are worth checking out.
Okay, perfect.
First up is ADEM.
ADEM.
That stands for Agences pour le Développement de l'Emploi.
Okay, so in French?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It's Luxembourg's national employment agency.
Nice.
Think of it like a specialized search engine,
Okay.
but for jobs in Luxembourg.
So more than just browsing job postings,
Yeah.
you can really get a feel for the job market, what skills are in demand,
Yeah.
and maybe even find resources for fine-tuning your resume or prepping for interviews.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great.
And what's really helpful
Yeah.
is that ADEM also offers services specifically for newcomers.
Oh, that's nice.
They can assist with things like finding housing
Oh,
or navigating all the administrative processes.
right, because that can be a bit overwhelming, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, especially in a new country
Yeah.
where you're not familiar with the systems.
Okay, so we've got ADEM for the job hunt itself.
The job search headquarters.
What about all the other logistical stuff?
Okay.
Like once you're actually in Luxembourg,
Right.
how do you deal with things like visa?
Registering your address,
Yeah.
healthcare, all that fun stuff.
That's where guichet.lu comes in.
Guichet.lu.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the official online portal for everything government-related in Luxembourg.
Okay, got it.
It's a one-stop shop for all those essential administrative tasks.
So kind of like a digital town hall
Right, exactly.
where you handle all the official business.
Yeah, all in one place.
That's super convenient.
Very user-friendly.
And I'm guessing it's all in English too, right?
Yes, guichet.lu is available in multiple languages,
Okay, great.
including English.
That's reassuring,
Yeah.
especially when you're dealing with official documents and procedures.
For sure.
Okay, so we've got the official resources covered,
The essential tools.
but what about the human side of things?
Yes, the people factor.
Is there a way to connect with other people who have already made the move?
Definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
expats who can offer some real-world advice and support.
Absolutely. Networking is key.
And thankfully, there are tons of online communities and forums
Okay.
where you can connect with expats living in Luxembourg.
Oh, nice.
They can give you insights into everything,
Oh, wow.
from finding an apartment to navigating the local culture.
I bet those communities are full of insider tips,
Oh, yeah, sure.
the best neighborhoods, hidden gem restaurants,
Yes,
things you wouldn't necessarily find in a guidebook.
definitely off the beaten path kind of stuff.
Exactly.
And don't forget about your personal and professional networks.
Oh, that's true.
You never know who might have a connection to Luxembourg
Right.
or be able to offer some helpful advice.
It's always worth reaching out and seeing who you know.
For sure.
Now, before we wrap up,
Okay.
I want to talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, the elephant.
The fear of the unknown.
Right.
Moving to a new country is a huge decision.
Yeah, it's a big leap.
And it's natural to feel a bit intimidated,
For sure.
especially if you don't speak the language fluently or know anyone there.
It can feel a bit daunting.
Any advice for dealing with those pre-move jitters?
I think the key is to reframe those feelings.
Okay.
Instead of seeing it as fear, try to embrace it as excitement for the adventure ahead.
Ah, okay, so turn that fear into positive energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Moving to a new country pushes you outside your comfort zone,
Yeah.
forces you to learn and adapt, and ultimately helps you grow as a person.
So it's less about avoiding the unknown
Right.
and more about leaning into it,
Exactly.
seeing it as an opportunity for personal development.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
And remember, you're not alone in this.
Yeah, that's important.
Countless people have made similar moves and thrived in new environments.
Yeah,
There's a whole community of expats out there
that's true.
ready to welcome you and share their experiences.
That's a comforting thought.
It is.
So for our listener, think about this.
Okay, I'm ready.
What's your biggest hesitation about potentially moving to Luxembourg?
Good question.
Is it the language barrier?
Yeah.
Finding a job? The cost of living? Or maybe it's just the general fear of leaving everything familiar behind.
It could be a lot of things.
Whatever that hesitation is, know that there are resources and solutions available to address it.
That's important to remember.
We've highlighted some great starting points today.
Some good first steps.
But there's a whole world of information out there
Yeah.
waiting to be discovered.
Go explore.
It's all about taking that first step, doing your research, connecting with others, and most importantly, believing in yourself and your ability to navigate this exciting new chapter.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And that wraps up our deep dive into Luxembourg.
Wow, what a journey.
We hope this episode has given you a taste of the incredible opportunities this small but mighty country has to offer.
It really is a hidden gem.
From the cutting-edge industries
Yeah.
to the welcoming culture and the stunning natural landscapes.
Beautiful.
Luxembourg is a place where you can truly thrive,
I think so.
both personally and professionally.
Thanks for joining us on this journey.
It's been a pleasure.
We encourage you to continue exploring.
Yeah.
Keep learning. And most importantly, never stop diving deep into the things that spark your curiosity.
Until next time.